Ladies and gentlemen, we're back talking about Donut Operator today. As it turns out, everybody's favorite unsubscribed podcast host had a little bit of a bad Thanksgiving. Now, how could he possibly have a bad Thanksgiving when his mother-in-law seems to be making something really good for dinner? Well, you can't see it now because it has been since purged from the timeline, but Donut Operator was hacked on Thanksgiving. That's right, his Twitter account was taken over and used by scammers in order to try to take money from his audience. So if we go here to the Fat Electrician's tweet about it, now there would be a picture embedded in here, which I'm not showing. I've censored it for YouTube, and I'm gonna put up a different censored version of the image just because I don't want there to be any chance that anybody sees anything in the post that was put up on Brandon's account and, falls for it. I don't want that to happen, so I'm gonna censor that. But the Fat Electrician said, Cody asked me to have you all report Donut Operator page. He's been hacked and they are trying to scam people using St. Jude. He'd rather lose his account forever than allow this. And that's true. The actual scam tweet that was put up, and I'm going to omit anything that I think is part of the scam while I'm reading this out, but Donut Operator's account posted, "This Thanksgiving, we're honored to partner with St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital for a special charity initiative. A limited number of brand new MacBooks will be available, and every purchase made through our official link will support St. Jude's mission to help battling cancer and life-threatening illnesses. Secure checkout included." And then he has a link that is censored on your end, which is designed to look like an actual St. Jude URL, but is actually not, and is a scam thing. So obviously I'm not going to show that. Then it says, "If you experience any issues or have questions, feel free to reach out via DM. We're here to help. Give thanks, give support, make an impact." And then he has a picture at the bottom of what appears to be a real St. Jude patient and her mother. Now I'm going to censor their faces out as well because I very much doubt that they gave permission to some scammer for that photo to be used like this. Now, of course, there are a number of red flags in this tweet. The biggest one, obviously, is Donut Operator telling you to reach out to him in DM. No YouTuber is ever going to say, "Hey, reach out to me in DM." Do you know how hard it is to even see somebody who's DM'd you that you don't follow on Twitter? Because it happens all the time. I'll get a DM from somebody and I just won't see it because it'll get shoved into the messages that are from people you don't know. And then on top of that, there's a second secret layer of hidden messages that come from accounts that Twitter thinks are spam, and it will just hide it from you. It's incredibly annoying to find them. So no YouTuber is ever going to do that. Also, just think about the man hours. If he gets 500 people DMing him, that's going to take him a long time. Obviously, he's not doing that. You're not DMing Donut Operator. That is a major red flag. The other red flag is the fact that he says the words "secure checkout included." Now, if Donut Operator was actually partnered with St. Jude's Hospital, he wouldn't say that, right? That's not something that people usually say when they're talking about, "Hey, go here and buy this." I mean, it's something that you'll see on a web page when you are checking out. It will tell you that it's secure, but people don't usually emphasize that as a point on why you should go do something. Anytime anybody advertises how secure something is, it usually isn't. I mean, that's just my opinion, but I think that that is a major red flag. And then, of course, the other red flag is that if Donut Operator was doing something like this with St. Jude's Children's Hospital, he would have put a video up about it. Now, obviously, he did not. So from all those clues together, you can conclude that it's fake. But unfortunately, I think Donut Operator's fan base, Donut Operator and the Unsubscribed podcast have a fan base that tends to be a little bit older than a lot of YouTubers, so there's a chance that there will be some less technologically inclined people who might have fallen for this, and that's not good. So if you saw this and you did anything, call your bank and make sure everything's okay. Now, the Fat Electrician wasn't the only one to post this. It was also pointed out by Zachary Bell, and again, I've censored the image here. I might put it up on screen again. He said, "Cody's account has been hacked. Please report the Donut Operator page. They are trying to scam people using St. Jude. He'd rather lose his account forever than allow this." Now, my criticism here is that both Zachary Bell and the Fat Electrician ended it with "he'd rather lose his account forever than allow this," which I believe the Donut Operator genuinely would not want anybody to get scammed, especially a scam involving somebody pretending to be St. Jude's Children's Hospital. I can't imagine anything more sick than going out of your way to scam people using fake donations to a children's hospital. That's just despicable, especially this time of year, Thanksgiving going on Christmas. I don't know how these people can sleep at night. But that being said, ironically, the fact that the Fat Electrician and Zach Bell both said this in the exact same way also kind of throws up red flags, because what if they were hacked? It's just, you shouldn't use identical wording for tweets like this because that could confuse people too. The Fat Electrician also put out another thing saying Donut Operator's X account has been hacked and is pushing scams. Don't fall for it, please. And then you had the Sam Mandalorian posting, donut operator has been hacked. Don't believe anything from the account. We'll know more soon. Working on getting the account back. Now, you will note that if we go to the account here, you will not see the scam posts anymore. They have been removed entirely, and that's because people reported them for the scam that they were, so Twitter took action and removed them. Unfortunately, we know that donut operator does not have access to his Twitter account yet, at least at time of recording, and that's because he put out a tweet on the Donut News Network account saying, "Hey, at Elon Musk, can I have donut operator back, please?" So he obviously still does not have access to it. What happened? I have zero access to my main account right now. They took it yesterday and have been pushing crypto scams. Now, fortunately, like I said, the scams have been removed, which is good. He's lucky that whoever did this, however they got his X account, they did not get access to his YouTube account as far as I can tell, because his YouTube account seems to be exactly the same as it was the other day. There were no videos uploaded to it as far as I can tell. So it seems like it was just the X account. Now, I can tell you that from what I've seen over the years, when somebody gets hacked, it takes a few days to a week or two for them to get their account back on X. However, I will point out that donut operator has the gold check mark, and the gold check mark means that it's part of an official organization on X. And what does that mean? Well, that means that he pays like a ridiculous amount of money to Twitter. I think it's like $10,000 a year to get the gold check mark. So if he's doing that, if he's got the gold check mark, I'm pretty sure that he's going to get access back soon, because I'm sure they have a dedicated support team. But until that's verified, right, until you see him posting about it on here, or him talking about it on the podcast, or just like a confirmation from the Fat Electrician or Zachary Bell or anybody else in the unsubscribed podcast universe, you should assume that anything posted by his account is a scam. You don't want to fall for it. You don't want to get scammed. Nobody does. Obviously, do not click on anything from his Twitter profile until he's confirmed that he's back in control. And on top of that, I would be weary about his other accounts too. If there's something strange pops up on his YouTube channel, I would be very careful about that. I'm not saying that that would happen, but if somebody got into his Twitter, who knows, right? They could have other stuff. So just keep an eye on it. And if he uploads something strange on YouTube, yeah, this kind of stuff sucks. It happens all the time, and it's always crypto. I don't understand why. I don't know why these people do this. It can't work that well, right? Although I think these people were smart enough to target donut operator's audience with a cause that they know that his audience would care about, you know, providing for children's cancer research. So it's especially despicable, right? You have these people, and it happens all the time. I mean, I don't know if you have an older relative, but my grandmother, you go over her house, and every hour she's getting like 7 phone calls, and it's always somebody trying to scam her from somewhere on the other side of the world, and they just call constantly. And it's ridiculous. There's all these scams constantly going after people. I don't understand how it's allowed to happen, right? You'd think the government, the United States government, could do something about all of these scams, because they're all from offshore, right? We could threaten to remove countries from the SWIFT payment system if they don't stop with the scams. We could put economic sanctions on them. But for some reason, there's a number of countries that are typically where the scams come from. And that's because of a lack of extradition treaties and difficulty tracking people down in these countries. You know, it's either Southeast Asia or in some of the Eastern European countries, kind of in the Russia sphere. That's where all the scams come from, and it just bothers me that our government's doing nothing to stop it. But I guess that's a rant for another day. Thank you so much for watching. I'm sorry if my voice sounded a little weird in this video. I think I'm getting a cold or something. I just wanted to make this video to make sure that nobody falls for anything, and make sure you guys stay safe. Anyway, thank you so much for watching all the way till the end. Remember to like and subscribe. Have a great day, and God bless you.